Hello, beautiful souls. Did you see me sailing yesterday? I love to be on the water. I am Cancerian and double Sag, so that means that I like to make a nice little nest and then journey. So my journey yesterday took me around Hat Island. So for those of you who don't know what that is or where it is, it's just a little north of Seattle, a little bit off the coast. And it was a windy, not windy, windy, not windy kind of day. But we stayed the course. We didn't say, oh, there's no wind now, so we're just going to turn around and go back. We looked for the ripples on the water. We looked for those synchronicities that said, yes, you're on the right track. Hey, Lorraine. So when you have a desire, when you have something that's out there that you don't embody, an attribute maybe, or an experience that you haven't already had, well, don't give up. Oftentimes we stop just before often we achieve our desires. So when you stop, when you don't stay the course, you're actually telling yourself and the universe that you don't know what you're doing, that you set a destination and then you stop. Hi, Meg. And we do this all of the time. And we don't fulfill our desires because we say, oh, maybe that's not for me. Or maybe I don't want that anymore. So here's the universe. I'll show you. So here's the universe. See the universe here? It's bringing it to you. Okay. All right. It's over here. Here it comes. And here's you. Okay. I want this. And you're vibrating at the same frequency. Okay. Like attracts like. So here's the universe bringing it, bringing it, bringing it. And then you go, oh, well, maybe I don't want that. And the universe goes, okay, and takes it back. And then you go, oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And the universe starts again. And then you go, oh, maybe I don't want that. So whoop, the universe goes back. The two never meet because you give up too soon. There's a story. I don't know how real it is or not real it is, but here's the story. There were these explorers. Hey, Ted. There were these explorers. And they traveled and they traveled. They traveled by foot. They traveled by canoe. They journeyed across the land. And it took a long, long time. And they stopped. And they went, we're never going to get to the other side. And they turned around. And you know what? They were 12 miles from the coast, all the way across the country, walking, canoeing, and they stopped. 12 miles from their destination, having come thousands of miles. And we do this all the time. So yesterday, there we are. We're out there, no wind. Did we go, oh, I guess I'll just go back to shore and give it up? No, we kept going. We stayed the course. We circumnavigated Hat Island. I got to the back of an island that I see one side of, and I had never seen the other side, in spite of living in this area for 12 years. And yesterday, I had the privilege, the honor, and the excitement, because I love to sail, of being able to take the helm. It was so fun. And what I found, what I discovered, was that I set my sights on something. Let's say I'm going here, okay? Now this is a sailboat. Sailboats just don't go zoop like that. They go here and there and there and there, and they finally get there. It's called tacking. So, but we never took our eye off the destination. We never said, oh, maybe we'll just give up. Maybe we'll just turn around, go home. That never happened. What did happen is a beautiful experience. And it all started with a desire. My desire to be on the water, to go sailing. And it took me 5 or 6 years to manifest that. Now, did I ever go, oh, well, maybe I don't want to go sailing anymore? No. I kept my eye on the ball. Sailing. I want to go sailing every summer. Last year, I got close. I got kayaking. But I didn't take my eye off the destination. I didn't take my goal away. I like to call them ta-das. I didn't take my ta-da away from sailing. I kept that desire alive. And it was no less or more beautiful than if it had happened immediately. But when you have a desire, when you have a desire, don't wobble, don't wiggle, and don't worry and wonder if you ought to keep going in that direction. Keep going. Stay the course. So many wonderful things happen when you do that. We saw seals. We ate yummy food. We drank good wine. And there's something about changing your perspective. I talk about this all the time. When you change your perspective, you have a different viewpoint. When you have a different viewpoint, I mean, like, look, here I am straight on. But if I go over here, my viewpoint is different. As a matter of fact, you see me differently. And then I come back over here. And then if I go over here, the same thing happens. So, set some ta-das. And don't worry if it takes you 5 years to achieve them. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when it happens. It only matters that it happens. Now, if last year I had given up, I wouldn't have had that experience. So never give up. If there's something that you desire, doesn't matter whether it started when you were 5 years old or you're 85 years old, stay the course. Be like this. Be like the shaft of that rattle. Strong. Straight. Write it down. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Your bathroom mirror is one of the most important spiritual tools you can have. My camera is zoomed in. Wow. Thank you for letting me know that. You know, I never know. Yesterday, or it was turned sideways, so I had to take a minute and do that. But here's the thing. Do you think zoomed in, zoomed out, zoomed is going to stop me from continuing to drum? No way. So, the course. Show up in your life. Show up as the most magnificent you that there is. And then be even more magnificent. Be more generous. Be more loving. Stay the course. On account of, fulfillment of desire is what we're here for. No matter what your desire, the only person judging your desire is, well, you. And maybe because you're judging your desire, you're actually inviting other people to be critical of it as well. It doesn't matter if you want to be a billionaire or if you want to be on the streets. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. Fulfill your desires. And they'll change. They'll grow. They'll expand. Now, having had a few hours in the water, I want more. So now I broaden my desire. I expand and explore. What else is possible? If I can circumnavigate Hat Island, what else can I do? And every time you fulfill your desire, then go, ta-da! Because that kind of energy, when you do something that you say you're going to do, when you fulfill that desire, then bring that level of energy to everything that you do. Because if you can do one thing, you can do anything. So, stay the course. When you give up, when you stop, you're stopping on yourself. You're actually stomping on yourself. Because you're saying, you know what? You're not really very important. You have this desire, but you know what? I don't care about you. I'm not going to give it that kind of effort. I'm not going to put the effort in so you get fulfilled. No way. Because you know what? You then buy into you're not worth it, which is a silly thing. If you desire something, you're worth it. But that itty-bitty shitty committee that I talk about all the time, they're like, you can't have that, you can't do that. That's never going to happen. You're not tall enough. You're not thin enough. You're too old. You're too young. You're too... So, sit and sip. And what you can do, and what you can do this very afternoon, is you can write down all the reasons that this whatever going sailing for me took 5 years at least to manifest. Never took my eye off the destination, sailing. And make it fun. Make it fun. There's enough non-fun in life that what we want to do is infuse everything with positive energy. No matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, lift your sights. Fill yourself up with positive, life-affirming energy. Energy never goes away. Be transmuted into something else. Think about this, the energy of wanting, the energy of wanting lunch. I desire lunch. Now, if you don't take any action, you're not not going to get any lunch. So it requires tending. I think it was yesterday I was talking about pretending, attending, intending. So if you intend to lunch, then you're going to attend to fulfilling that desire. And yes, it's small. Yes, it's goofy. But when you start with something like that, you tell yourself, oh, I'm capable. I got lunch. And it doesn't matter how big the desire is and how big the fulfillment is. When you begin to build on all the fulfillment of your desires, when you sit and sip and write these down, for instance, I learned how to crawl, but first I learned how to sit. Then, and before that, I learned how to roll over. All of these things, you can now roll over in bed, right? Because when you were 4, 5, 6 months old, you taught yourself to roll over. You picked up your head, you tucked and rolled. And you know how to do that now because you had a desire. And when you can do one thing, you can do anything. But we're not taught that. We're taught that this is different from that, and that's different from this, and this is different from that. And there's no, I call it generalization. But if you have ever had a desire and fulfilled it, you have experience. You can use that experience to expand your desires. You know, some people's desires are big enough that they're taking us to Mars. And don't judge your desires. Don't judge anyone else's either, but don't judge your desires. Oh, you know, I can't have that. Because that judging says to yourself, oh, I don't think you deserve that. I don't think you can do that. You know, honestly, if we have a desire and we don't fulfill it, we're telling ourselves that we're failures. We're telling ourselves that we're losers. We're telling ourselves that we're not capable of doing that. And in actuality, what is it? What is it that you're incapable of? So it isn't that you cannot, it is that you will not. If I decided I was going to climb Mount Everest right now, I would do everything in my power, my true essence, because my true essence would say, Mount Everest is really important to me. I need to do this. And every fiber of my being would line up because I said so. Part of training your brain so you can stay the course is to continually look for synchronicities. Build on your success. Success builds on success. I was successful getting on a sailboat. I bet there's more sailboats in mind. I bet the universe is going to go, you like that? Let's do more of that. When you find something you like, do more. Stay the course. Set yourself some ta-das. And when it's done, then celebrate. Celebrate your your accomplishment. And no matter how long it takes, never give up. Never give up. On account of when you're doing that, you're telling yourself that you're not important. You're telling yourself that you don't matter. And honestly, if you don't matter to yourself, who else can you matter to? If you can't love on yourself in the middle of you being unpleasant, well, no one else is going to be able to either. All right. Let the star in the bow of your... Yes, so the cover of my book has a bow, has a bow on the canoe. And on the bow of the canoe is a star. And that star represents my Wiccan training. I studied with the Druids. So symbolism is important. You know, I have a symbol of healing right here. It is this citrine crystal. I have an amethyst. I have my, wait one second. Here's my, let me show you better. Here is my octopus, my future guide. I have them all sitting right here. They are symbols of what's important to me. They are, represent, remind me, because we need reminders in our life. There's a lot of that going on in the world. There's a lot of distractions from being happy. And as long as we continue to be distracted, we won't fulfill our desire that the Dalai Lama says is our life. The purpose of life is to be happy. All right, let's bring it home. So, this very afternoon, sit and sip. Write down everything that you have ever done. And start early. You know, you learn to throw a ball. That's huge. If you go out to a playground and you watch little children, they can't get the ball from them to you. But they keep practicing. They keep doing it until, wow, check it out. Some of them can throw a ball at like 92 miles an hour. And you know how they did that? They kept practicing over and over and over and over and over and over for years, for decades. So don't give up on yourself. Stay the course. And as part of your destination, let grace and ease and joy and abundance be a piece of it. All right, let's energize our hands. There we go. So thank you for those of you who are here right now in person, and thank you for listening on the replay. So touch yourself. Feel this dense energy that you are. And in such a gorgeous container as the temple of your body. All right, so now we're going to open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for us. One more time, I open freely to give. Give it away, give it away, give it away. Accept big old bowls with your hands and embrace, put it in your heart, all that the universe has for me. One last time, I open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. Namaste, aho, bliss, And in case no one has told you so far today, you are amazing. All right, lovelies, have a fabulous afternoon. Set yourself some to-dos for the summertime. Fulfill your desires, stay the course, and don't give up on yourself because you're the most important person in your life. I love you. Bye-bye.